Okay, great. Okay.
Now, who's on the telephone but without an image? Somebody's on the telephone?
Without an image, right, 5095, 297-5095. I don't know who that is.
And if any one of you, like Bill, you can go up and right click where it says meeting presenter, and it'll let you rename yourself. And so you can, those people on the phone can even do it. You can just right click and rename yourself, and then people.
Okay, someone's trying to call in, but they're not getting through. I can see that. You guys can all see that too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
I got through on the phone. It's Chris.
Ah, Chris, great. Chris Hainsworth, thank you.
So if you, a little just preview of how to play with this. So if you take your cursor and go to the bottom, it'll open up kind of the little bar going across. And if you click on the participants, then everybody that's on here shows up on the right side, or depending on if you have an iPad or something else, maybe left. And then the other one you want to open is the one called chat. And if you open chat, then down below you can type messages, and when you come into it, it says everyone. So I can write hello everyone, and it'll go to everyone. But you can also, if somebody else was on there, you can do the little down arrow and every participant would be there, and you can do a one-on-one. And so the clubs have kind of been sharing if they've got ideas or things they've been doing or things they want to share with people. I'm doing that. Then if you go across, there's a record button, and then the one next to it is called reaction. And if you look, I'll do it on mine. I can do a thumbs up, or I can do a hand clap. So there are a lot of little fun things you can do along the way. And we probably right now have, I would guess, Bill, what would you guess? 25, 30 clubs that have gone virtual already and are doing full meetings with speakers, and some are doing it like this one where they all get on with their favorite beverage and tell what's going on bizarre in their life and good in their life. So it's just been a great tool.
From Canada all the way to California, Southern California.
So guys, I would like to do speaker one with a speaker, but the board that I've asked so far, they're too busy to do anything. They don't really want to do anything right now. I think they're just getting through the early emotional problems, and they'll probably come on board later to do it.
We did, Eugene Club did one. They had 67 people on the camera, and they had, my daughter's a psychiatrist, but she came on and talked about the good things you can do during these times to stay positive and stay connected. And another one had a doctor talk about, what the medical fields are doing to be ready. People are talking about, a lot of the clubs are talking about the great programs are doing. For instance, today, Leanne Mobley was down in Medford, and she was riding around. The bus drivers were doing the routes to take boxed food to the kids that needed food in the school food program. So she was sharing what she was doing there. So there's just a lot of fun things people are doing.
Right. So I showed you,
Wonderful,
you guys. So we are going to make these face shields, Okay, we got the materials. So Diego and I are going to work on that. So
is that a 3-ring binder?
It is. That one is okay. But then I also ordered some marine grade vinyl, which is the heavier stuff. And this is all kind of a mess on it right now. But this is kind of the idea with the foam. There. So we will work on that. I have the elastic.
My friend's making it on the East Coast, and she said it's hard to get elastic.
Right. I was lucky to get elastic when I did. I ordered it about 2 weeks ago. So we'll use it on these.
You can also stick it onto a baseball cap.
Right. Where's the baseball cap?
Like the baseball cap turned backwards.
Oh.
Wait.
And that holds it on your face, on your head.
And then we'll have to do the foam. I don't have the foam on. We have to have it further. We have to have it further away from you because you're going to breathe the vapors. It's not anti-fog. You would need an anti-fog, so we have to have it further away. That's why they have the big foam right across. So let me go over here and get this. You guys talk.
Eva, you're running this meeting, so you have to
show them if you would go and get this. So,
Well,
I mean,
everybody can chime in.
so yeah, you can. I mean, here's the foam that you use to cover your pipes when they're going to freeze. So putting these together on here and then putting the plastic on will keep it together a little farther away from your nose and mouth. and then you put the elastic in, which I have a whole roll with it. So now I'm not going to be breathing vapors all over it because it's further away. Anyway, so that's just what you use to cover pipes.
So who's going to be making these?
Diego and I,
Okay,
yeah.
very cool. Well, I'm kind of curious in hearing from the governor. He's got kind of a report on what some other clubs in our district are doing during this downtime. And I
Well,
think it'd be worthwhile to hear that.
yeah, what we have is once we send out the Zoom, it's just taken wildfire. Boards are meeting. I think today there were 17 Zoom meetings that got entered in to add into the list, but they're doing socials. There are clubs that are going out and trying to find those in need. There were some clubs that packed boxes for the food banks. There are people that are working the blood bank. Somebody got a hold of the blood bank here, and they said if a Rotary Club would call up and they could make the safe distance go, that they would bring the mobile unit out to be able to do blood donations. So they were excited there. Rotary International is offering up $1 million in COVID grants that are what they call disaster grants, 25,000 per district. So we had a great lively talk this morning and turned Tim and Leanne Mobley loose to get it lined up so we can try and do a grant. We're going to try and do a global grant, or we're going to try and see if we can get that money, and then we're going to I'll get a counterpart out of Canada to sign on with us to we're talking in the neighborhood of maybe another $20,000 that we would throw into this. That would get us up to a pretty sizable grant. And what we do then is we would ask you, the clubs, where you'd like to do it. One thing that came up this morning is there's just a lot of youth and people that need food. So food is one aspect we could do there. And so we're looking from the district level of things that we can do immediately to help. Lebanon's trying to help. They had a big outbreak with the Veterans Hospital there, but they're finding there's just a lot of people that can't get out and go grocery shopping. So they've started this where they're you call up and tell them what you need, and the Rotarians will go get it and make sure it's on their doorstep for them. I think Marv Kaplan at Redlands said that they, correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, they had identified some 350 senior citizens that depend upon Meals for Wheels to bring them food, and they're worried about having those people come interface with them, but they do trust Rotary. So the Rotarians were going to go get the food and actually go do these drops. So, you know, the neat thing is people are asking in their communities what they can do to help. And it's kind of fun. In Portland area, I talked to my counterpart up there. They're going and talking to the hospital's command centers and saying, what do you need? You know, if you need masks, we're great at being able to do masks. Tell us what else can we do to help that would do it. They, in the Milwaukee area over there, they needed some help putting up some tents that they're going to use for having maybe up to 300 beds, and these tent units are going to go up. So there's just a lot of people looking for help, and Rotary has some great opportunities to be able to go out and do that. And what we're trying to do is see what and where we have financial resources and how we can share ideas of what we're going on. We fast track through what's called the business to business link to go through. And the idea being, we have a lot of Rotarians that are hurting, a lot of Rotarians that could use our support. So we're going to send out a thing tonight and tomorrow morning to ask everybody to get on and get their businesses up there. And then we're going to start this. Let's be supporting each other. You know, if you can order some food in, you know, find a Rotarian. If you need some help with some legal work or this, you know, let's get this off and going, because Rotary is about family, and a lot of people are having to lay people off. And so we're going to do everything we can. And then Bill and the team, we're all going to start jumping on these meetings with all of you, just so we can hear what you're doing and how we can get that around to everybody. But are there things that we can do for your club?
Well, you know, I want to talk about the exchange students, and particularly Diego here. Our board released funds so that we could get him iPad. So it's on the way, because he only has a little phone.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah.
And thank you. Thank you so much.
So we talked to his dad, actually, Stephen, who speaks Spanish, and you guys talked together. I saw them on WhatsApp, but that was pretty cool to actually do that.
And
So how are the other exchange students doing?
they're doing really well. Out of, we have 25 left outbound, and we have 26 that are here. And everybody seems to, at this point, be to the hunker down, you know, and get through this. It'll go through, and I'm sure by the time summer is over, things would hopefully be back to normal. But right now, Canute's doing a heck of a job every day. They're talking to NAM, which is the organization over all of the students countrywide, and there's a lot of stuff flowing out to them, and Canute's sending out every couple days information to the parents so that the parents can make decisions or see how they look at it or how they feel. But you know, we feel we've got the best handle on it. There's, you know, as Rotary International says, every case has to be done on a case-by-case basis. We've also asked Rotarians to reach out to those, you know, like you are, that are hosting, to say, look, you know, are there things we can do to help be supportive if you both are working or things are going on, because these kids aren't in school. You know, they are having to be from home. So we're asking clubs to, you know, at least check in, see if there's ways they could FaceTime if both parents are having to work and these kids are home, to keep them connected. And we've offered up the same Zoom to them as a group to be able to connect with each other.
Yes.
So there's good stuff.
Do you have any questions for Diego? Anybody?
Do you miss not going to school, Diego?
Huh?
Do you miss not going to school?
Yeah, I would like to go to school.
Mhm.
Is she making you do homework at home?
No.
All of my,
He
all
says
of my
he has
kids-
none. He says he has none. You
Oh,
talk.
has none. Okay, all right.
Well,
I'm
I
watching
asked-
with my daughters and daughters-in-law. They've set all the grandkids up on basically school things. So science is learning how to cook, and they have to go outside and you know, help do yard work, and that's, I don't know, that's still part of science, I think, but they're all in
Well,
red.
actually, you guys should talk about what you did. Yeah.
Diego and I are still doing the garden project. So we're building 60 boxes. 20 of them will go into the foster family group, 15 to the employees at North Bend Medical Center, and about 25 will go to the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh,
and
excellent.
So Diego and I were, you know, planting and watering the seedlings. And because I really think that, you know, for the families that get the boxes, it'll be an ideal activity for them, kids being at home for the summer, and they can interact by growing a garden, and they'll have a ready source of fresh vegetables. So I think that, in fact, this crisis is actually really it's kind of a good thing for my garden project, because it becomes very essential in some people's lives.
Excellent. Now take some pictures of that, because the other thing we've done on the website, if everybody will go out to the district website, we have a blog area started, and people can kind of give a shout out on the projects they're doing and sharing it. And if you do a picture of it, we're trying to then get the website to showcase everyday heroes, you know, the things you're doing and exchange students are doing and Rotaractors are doing, and, you know, just the good deeds we're doing.
You planted right this afternoon broccoli,
Yeah.
right? They just planted, right?
We planted broccoli, yes,
Yeah.
today.
But no pictures, right?
No, we can do
You have to be there, Eva.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. I have to be, yeah, right, pictures, right, of course.
Because you're the picture taker.
I'm kind of curious, hearing from David and Chris about whether they feel there's potential in our club to connect people using this platform. Other clubs are doing it, and I'm just not sure whether our club would engage or not. But one of the concerns that the governor line discussed this morning is that clubs that don't connect during this downtime are at some risk or some peril of losing members, because they're liable to say, you know, I haven't been attending Rotary. And for those that are not engaged and aren't even check writers, they might say, well, you know, I haven't even missed it that much, because Rotary isn't in their minds.
As I said, I sent it out to the board asking if they wanted to do this, and they're not ready yet, I guess is the problem.
Well, you can send it out to next time to the membership.
To the whole membership, yeah.
And
I think so.
Well, this went to the whole membership. That's why we've got David on there.
Right.
Right.
Well, and I've got to run, so I'll interject. I think it's a good idea. I think we need to go back to the scheduled Tuesday time, because this for me is a very bad time.
Right.
Okay.
And that's why we're not an evening club. It's because other people are doing things. And so I think you ought to give it a whirl for a regular meeting and encourage people to try doing it, on Tuesdays at noon and see what you get.
The
I think that's an
publisher-
excellent idea.
The publisher of the newspaper, the world newspaper here, was supposed to be our speaker last week, and I had suggested that maybe we could do this and have him talk. But people were not ready, but maybe they're ready now. Maybe they're ready to have that, because it would be good to hear from him and also physicians and
Well,
who are at the
well,
forefront.
Well, it's easy to get sidetracked. What you need to do is to put it up and hope that it grows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
And
maybe you
If
mentioned
they attend, they attend. If they don't, they don't.
Right.
It's
Just to
true.
get around. I mean,
I wonder if we could get like Coos Health and Wellness or Michael Chavez, who's got that Facebook COVID-19 site going,
Right.
or somebody
That's a
from
good
North
idea.
Bend Medical Center,
Yes.
or Brian, to come on and give us some topic that would sizzle. It'd be kind of a bummer if we asked the guy from the world to come and all we had was 5 people on. But I
That's
think
true.
if we were doing an update on the virus in Coos County and what we're doing to prepare for it, Stephanie Kilmer put a Facebook picture up the other day of a tent outside the emergency room. I think it'd be interesting to hear the hospital folks talk about what's that all about. What are Stephen and the other physicians doing to protect themselves? That sort of thing. I think that'd be a great topic for Tuesday if we could put it together.
Even North Bend Medical Center is closed down except for urgent care. And also, Stephen is going to be working he will be working at the forefront in the ICU. So,
But if he's off, would he be able to talk and give us an update?
because he is at great risk of getting the virus, because he's going to be working in the intensive care unit, we are going to separate our living quarters. So he's going to move into the studio next door this coming Sunday, and Diego and I will stay here. So.
Yeah, I could come and talk and discuss, what the North Bend Medical Center response is, but I think it might be more interesting to find out what the hospital response is, because that's where the action's going to be.
Right. Yeah.
If you're trying to do one on Tuesday, you better get in there and log it out. We have a lot of clubs that meet on Tuesday. Now, I know some of the bigger clubs have gone ahead and said they'll spend $160 and get their own account to be able to go an hour and run it that way. But I just know, having done all my visits, there are a lot of clubs that meet. So, if you're going to do it and try it for 4 weeks, just go up there and, Bill can help you do that. Post 4 meetings out ahead of you, so you got those time slots.
Yes, I'm very thankful for Bill helping here.
What about GoToMeeting? If that's booked up, are we allowed to use GoToMeeting for these club visits? Meetings?
Yeah, the only problem with GoToMeeting, Bill, is that opens up that whole platform, because you're giving out the master username and password. That's why I was trying to keep Zoom, because Zoom, we're getting it out to everybody, and everybody's in essence.
Yeah. I could see, though, with all the clubs that meet on Tuesday, if we were to hoard Tuesday noon, I think the governor might get some complaints about Coos Bay North Bend Rotary.
Well, what I've done with a couple of the clubs that are meeting and they were at the same time, I go, how long are you really going to meet? And they go, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, because it's a little different than when you try to do an hour-long meeting, unless you're a big club. And the free one you can get, I told them, just go ahead, as somebody in your club, sign up and get the free one and then send it out that way. The only limit with that one is the 40-minute limit.
So can an unlimited number of participants attend the
100.
free one?
100.
100. So we're not going to get 100 people online.
So
That maybe is the way to go.
Well, here's another question. I know, Chris, you said you'd like to have it at noon. Would it make a difference if we did it at 1 o'clock instead, and then we'd have a spot on Tuesdays?
Well, for me, no, it wouldn't. It's just that this evening time frame is bad for
Okay.
me.
Uh-huh.
So could we possibly do a 1 o'clock one then on Tuesdays, Rick? That work?
I mean, you got to look. I don't have it up in front of me to see where the schedule is,
can't
but I think
minimize I can't minimize my screen to look
but
right now because it's recording.
like the Eugene Club, what it's going to do is it's going to do a regular full Tuesday meeting. So they did it this week. They started out, had their inspiration, they did their announcements, they had their speaker, they did their happy dollars. Were down in the comments. People said, "Count me in for $5. Here's my happy dollar." Somebody, kept track of all that, and they had fun with it. And then what they did is said on Thursday at 5 o'clock. Those who want to jump in like tonight, not everybody can make it, but there are a lot of people sitting at home that are going, I don't know about the rest of you, but my travel calendar pretty well opened up here for the next month. So, as I told Bill, if you guys are on tonight, I'll be on. There's one tomorrow night, one the next night. I'm going to jump on some of these.
So, Rick, what you're saying is Tuesdays at noon. There are many clubs that are meeting on Tuesdays at noon, and there wouldn't be space on Zoom. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know. Bill can go take a look.
Yeah, you know what I think we ought to try too is holding our meetings. The online meetings tend to get a little dry after a half hour or so, and so if we did a free one, I could go on, set up a free account, and Rick, when you do that, you get a password and a login and everything just like that, and then all I do is send the link out.
Yep. And you can send Eva or anybody else your login to be able to do it. I mean, I've got a personal one.
Yeah.
And then I've got the district one. And then we were just trying to keep GoToMeeting, not saying we couldn't do it, but I'm trying to keep it somewhat pure so that the foundation committee can still come in via that route, and our exec team and all of that. So free is pretty good.
Free is good. Free.
And I think you'll find
free.
30 minutes when you're trying to do an online, like you say, Bill, unless you got really a program and you're running a full structure.
Yeah.
That's about the bandwidth of people.
So,
all right, well, let's for sure then, Eva, let's count on next Tuesday wait a minute. Tuesday, I got a doctor's appointment. I won't be able to do it next Tuesday.
Let's do it.
Why don't you do it on Monday at noon?
well, good.
Well, that's fine. Do it Tuesday at noon, and then
I'll set it up for you though.
Yeah, you can get it set up. The link goes out, and then
Yeah.
she just has to log in on the master if you want to record it.
If the CEO of the hospital, Brian Moore, who's also a Rotarian, is available, he could speak for 10 minutes about what they're doing too, if I can get him, right? Think so. Try that.
And if not, we could get Wendy Hawk or Raj or someone like that.
Okay. All right. So we'll look at it as from that point of view.
Michael Van Duren.
Okay. All right.
Now, Eva, can other clubs visit this too? Other members?
Other members of other clubs?
Yeah, in our area, like Bandon and Myrtle Point, Coquille.
Could they?
If you're having a hospital, people, they might be interested.
It would be very interesting for everybody because it's a regional hospital, and it will become the center for all critically ill people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the other hospitals are sending their ventilators to Bay Area Hospital to to have a more coordinated response. So
I think it'd be great if we could invite them and have them listen in.
So Bill, when we send that out, we'll send it to the other clubs in the area too, right?
Well, that'd be an AG job. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and set it up, and I think like from noon to 12:30, I'd be able to sit in. I'm going to be in Springfield, but yeah, I'll go ahead and set that up. Even you and I'll talk. If you can get the speaker, we'll put another little notice together and.
Yeah, go get that free account because it looks like Illinois Valley has 12:15, and then somebody else has a 1 o'clock lined up. So,
all right, I'll set up an
I mean,
account.
it's pretty easy to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Hi, Al. I see Al Solomon is here.
Hi, Al.
Oh, no sound. Okay.
Hi, guys and gal.
Hey.
Welcome.
I've been muted so that you can't hear my dog bark.
Oh, right. Okay. You got the sun shining on you there, though. Okay. Okay, anything else that we need to say here? Rick, Bill?
I'm just appreciate your leadership in calling this together, Eva, and appreciate Rick being able to give us kind of an update of what's going on. You know, I'm interested in staying connected with people regardless of this damn virus.
Right, this is a good way to do it. And when we get these shields made and they're good, we will put them out.
Eva, do you need help? I can walk on down the street and help you out with that.
Yeah, I'm just working on them. I just started working on them tonight or this afternoon. So we have to see how they're going to work. Diego found, and we'll send you that. You can send that to them. Diego found a Spanish one where they did it like this, and then they put the shields on.
So they
That's
just,
Diego's
Oh.
special. Diego, is that your special hat?
No, you know what? I didn't, that hat is up in the cupboard. I did not give it to him yet. Your cupboard- Yes, it's up in the cupboard there. Because when I saw what was on it, I said, Bill wanted to throw it out. Did you?
No, I was going to buy you an iPad, but you had to eat the hat.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Well, the hat's here, but it's right there. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you, Eva.
We sign off.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop the recording and say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Healthy.
night, Bill.
Good night. Stay well.